Chosen one, listen carefully. This message you about to hear. The message you were meant to hear right now. There is a reason you clicked on this video. Not by accident, not by coincidence. You have been feeling it for days, maybe years. A quiet pull in your spirit. A whisper in your heart that says, there is more. Today, that whisper becomes clear. The urgent call from your Father in heaven. You have been asking for a sign. You have been praying silently, wondering if you are seen, wondering if you are forgotten. You are not forgotten. Your Father in heaven sees every tear you never showed anyone, every battle you fought in silence. He has an urgent reminder for you. You were never ordinary. Why you always felt different. Since childhood you sensed it. You never fully fit in. Your mind questioned what others accepted. Your heart felt deeply when others felt nothing. People called you sensitive. Too intense, too quiet, too aware. But what they misunderstood was your awareness. You were never strange, you were set apart. The weight of being chosen. Being chosen does not mean being comfortable. It means being tested, refined, shaped through pressure. You faced rejection before recognition, isolation before elevation, misunderstanding before clarity. Because strength is built in hidden places. The silent training season. There were nights you felt abandoned, moments you questioned your purpose, doors that closed without explanation. But every closed door was protection. Every delay was preparation. Your Father in heaven was training your character when no one was watching. Building discipline, building patience, building faith. SIGNS, you were never like the rest. You crave truth more than approval. You feel uncomfortable in shallow conversations. You sense energies in rooms before anyone speaks. You outgrow people quickly. Not because you think you are better, but because your spirit refuses to shrink. These are not random traits. They are signs of awakening. Why the world resists you. Light exposes what darkness wants hidden. And when you carry awareness, it makes others uncomfortable. They may mock you, dismiss you, try to silence you. Not because you are weak, but because your presence challenges their illusions. And not everyone is ready for truth. The loneliness of the path. The chosen path is narrow. It is not crowded. Sometimes it feels like walking alone. Friends drift away. Family misunderstands you. Opportunities disappear. But solitude is not punishment. It is alignment. In isolation, your spirit grows louder. The test of patience. You have been waiting. Waiting for clarity. Waiting for breakthrough. Waiting for justice. But urgency in heaven does not mean panic. It means timing. Divine timing. And timing requires trust. What your Father in heaven wants you to remember. You are not behind. You are not overlooked. You are not cursed. You are being positioned. Everything that tried to break you was shaping you. Every betrayal taught discernment. Every hardship built resilience. Nothing was wasted. The battle with doubt. Doubt whispers at night. It tells you that you imagine the calling, that you are not special, that you should settle. But doubt is loud when destiny is close. The greater the assignment, the stronger the resistance. Do not mistake resistance for rejection. It is confirmation that your growth matters. The shift happening now. You feel it. Something is changing. Old habits no longer satisfy you. Old environments feel heavy. Your conversations are deeper. Your prayers are stronger. Your boundaries are firmer. This is not arrogance. It is alignment, the responsibility of awake eyes. When you awaken, you cannot go back to sleep. You cannot pretend not to see injustice. You cannot ignore truth. Awareness comes with responsibility. To act with integrity, to speak with wisdom, to walk with humility. Power without humility destroys, but power with discipline transforms. The REFINING fire. Fire does not destroy gold. It purifies it. The heat you felt was not meant to consume you. It was meant to reveal you. You survived what should have crushed you. That is not luck. That is protection. The message is urgent because your time matters. You have been hesitating, waiting for perfect conditions, waiting for validation, waiting for applause. But you were not called to wait for approval. You were called to stand firm in truth, silently strong, confident without arrogance, faithful without pride. You are not alone in this journey. Even when people left, you were guided. Even when doors closed, you were redirected. Even when you cried in private, you were heard. Your Father in heaven is closer than your fears, closer than your doubts, closer than your past mistakes. Mercy surrounds you. Guidance surrounds you. Protection surrounds you. Embrace who you are becoming. Stop shrinking to fit spaces you have outgrown. Stop apologizing for your depth. Stop dimming your awareness to make others comfortable. You were not designed to blend in. You were designed to reflect truth, to carry light with responsibility, to walk with purpose, not ego, and to trust that every step is accounted for. This is your confirmation. If this message resonates, it is not random. It is confirmation. Confirmation that your journey has meaning. Confirmation that your growth is seen. Confirmation that your patience is not in vain. Stand firm. Stay disciplined. Stay humble. Stay awakened. The moment of decision. Now you must decide. Will you continue doubting your path? Or will you accept the responsibility of your awareness? Will you shrink back? Or will you step forward with courage? Your Father in heaven has delivered the reminder. The next step is yours. If this message spoke directly to your spirit, do not ignore it. Like this video so more awakened souls can receive clarity. Comment, "I accept my calling," if you are ready to walk in discipline and purpose. Subscribe to Return to Awakening and join a community that refuses to sleep through destiny. Your journey is not accidental. And this is only the beginning, the courage to walk different. There will be moments when standing firm feels uncomfortable, when speaking truth feels risky, when choosing integrity costs you popularity. But courage is not loud. It is quiet consistency. It is choosing what is right when no one is clapping. It is staying disciplined when shortcuts look tempting. This is the mark of someone truly awakened. The war you cannot see. Not every battle is physical. Some battles are internal. Against laziness. Against fear. Against ego. Against the urge to prove yourself. The real victory is mastering yourself. Because once you control your reactions, nothing outside of you can control your direction. The gift of discernment. You are beginning to see people clearly. Not through emotion, but through awareness. You notice inconsistencies. You sense hidden intentions. You feel when something is off. This is not paranoia. It is discernment earned through experience. Guard it, use it wisely. Lessons from betrayal. Some of the deepest wounds came from those you trusted. And for a moment, you questioned your ability to judge character. But betrayal did not make you weaker. It sharpened your perception. It taught you boundaries. It taught you silence. It taught you that not everyone deserves access to your heart. Pain became your teacher. The power of restraint. You could have reacted. You could have exposed. You could have fought back loudly. But you chose restraint. And restraint is strength under control. When you do not rush to defend yourself, truth defends you. When you do not chase validation, respect follows naturally. Silence, when discipline becomes powerful. The elevation requires separation. You cannot rise while holding onto what pulls you down. Old habits must fall. Old conversations must fade. Old mindsets must be released. Separation hurts, but attachment to what limits you hurts more. Growth demands sacrifice, and sacrifice reveals seriousness. The shift in your energy. People feel it. They may not say it, but they notice. You no longer entertain gossip. You no longer argue unnecessarily. You no longer chase attention. Your calmness unsettles chaos. Your discipline exposes disorder. And your peace confuses those addicted to drama. The importance of humility. Do not let awareness turn into arrogance. Being chosen does not mean being superior. It means being responsible. The higher you rise, the more grounded you must become. Stay teachable. Stay reflective. Stay grateful. Because humility protects what pride destroys. The struggle with impatience. You want to see results. You want visible change. You want confirmation in the physical world. But transformation begins internally. Before elevation becomes visible, it becomes stable. Before recognition comes preparation. Rushing the process weakens the foundation. Patience strengthens it. The test of consistency. Anyone can feel inspired for a day. Few remain disciplined for years. Inspiration is emotional. Consistency is intentional. Wake up even when motivation is low. Pray even when you feel distant. Work even when no one sees it. Consistency is proof of seriousness. And seriousness attracts growth. The voice within you. There is a voice inside you that does not panic. It does not rush. It does not compete. It simply guides. That voice becomes clearer when you disconnect from noise. When you reduce distraction. When you reflect instead of react. Listen to it. It has been guiding you longer than you realize. The responsibility of influence. As you grow, others begin to watch. Quietly, curiously. Some will seek advice. Some will test you. Some will doubt you. But your behavior becomes your message. Your discipline becomes your influence. You do not need to force impact. Integrity creates it naturally. The cost of purpose. Purpose is not convenient. It demands time, focus, sacrifice. There will be invitations you decline, habits you abandon, comfort you outgrow. But purpose repays what comfort steals, and discipline gives what distraction never could. The mirror moment. Look at who you were 2 years ago. You are not the same. Your reactions have changed. Your standards have changed. Your awareness has deepened. Growth may feel slow daily, but over time it is undeniable. And this transformation is not random. It is intentional shaping. The reminder you needed. You are not lost. You are evolving. You are not rejected. You are redirected. You are not delayed. You are being prepared. Every chapter has a lesson. Every season has a purpose. And this season is building endurance inside you. the quiet confidence rising. You no longer need to announce your strength. You feel it. Calm, stable, certain. You do not argue to prove intelligence. You do not compete to prove worth. You simply improve. Quietly, consistently, the discipline that sets you apart. You are learning to control your impulses, to think before you speak, to reflect before you react. This level of control is rare. Most people are ruled by emotion, but you are learning to rule your emotion. That is growth. That is maturity. That is strength being refined. The detachment from validation. There was a time when you needed reassurance, when silence from others felt like rejection, when being overlooked felt unbearable. But now you understand something deeper. If your worth depends on applause, it can be taken away. So you stopped performing for approval. You started building in private. And private growth produces public stability. The refinement of your character. Character is built when no one is watching, when temptation whispers, when shortcuts appear, when frustration rises. Every time you chose discipline over impulse, you strengthened your foundation. Every time you chose patience over anger, you elevated your character. This is the real transformation. The season of clarity. Confusion once clouded your mind. You questioned your direction. You questioned your worth. You questioned your timing. But clarity is replacing confusion. Not because everything is solved, but because your perspective has shifted. You understand that struggle is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of refinement. The inner peace that cannot be shaken. Chaos may still exist around you. People may still misunderstand you. Circumstances may still challenge you. But something inside you is steady. A calmness that does not panic. A certainty that does not shout. A trust that does not crumble easily. This peace is not weakness. It is anchored conviction. The real meaning of being chosen. Being chosen is not about fame, not about superiority, not about being worshipped or praised. It is about responsibility. Responsibility to live upright. Responsibility to seek truth. Responsibility to protect your integrity. It is about being entrusted with awareness. And awareness requires discipline. The strength you never saw. Look at what you survived. Moments that felt impossible. Days that felt endless. Nights that felt heavy. You thought you were breaking, but you were bending without snapping. You were stretching without collapsing. There is strength in you that you did not recognize. Now you see it. The separation from distraction. You are more selective now. With your time, with your energy, with your attention. Not everything deserves your response. Not everyone deserves your explanation. Silence has become your filter. Focus has become your shield. And discipline has become your companion. The rise of self-respect. You no longer tolerate what once drained you. You no longer chase those who walk away. You no longer beg for understanding. You have standards now. Not out of pride, but out of self-respect. And self-respect changes everything. It changes how you walk, how you speak, how you decide. The test of humble confidence. Confidence without humility becomes arrogance. Humility without confidence becomes weakness. You are learning balance. To stand firm without looking down on others. To speak truth without cruelty. To grow without boasting. This balance is rare. Guard it carefully. It will protect your future. The pattern you finally see. You notice the cycles now. The tests that repeat until you respond differently. The lessons that return until they are learned. Nothing was random. Every challenge had a message. Every setback carried instruction. And now you respond with wisdom instead of emotion. That is evolution. The quiet building season. You may not see dramatic change yet, but foundations are forming. Habits are strengthening. Vision is sharpening. Intentions are becoming clearer. This quiet season is not empty. It is productive. Invisible growth is still growth. And when the time comes, it will show. The removal of fear. Fear once controlled your decisions. It whispered worst-case scenarios. It magnified doubts. But exposure weakens fear. The more you face discomfort, the less control fear had over you. Now you move forward even when uncertain. Not recklessly, but courageously. The shift from reaction to intention. You no longer react instantly. You pause. You think. You observe. Intentional living replaces emotional responding. You understand that one uncontrolled moment can undo months of discipline. So you guard your reactions. Because maturity protects progress. The confirmation in your growth. You feel it when you reflect. You are stronger, wiser, more grounded, less desperate, less reactive, more aware, more disciplined. This is the evidence you were looking for. Not external applause, but internal transformation. The moment you stopped chasing, there was a shift, subtle but powerful. You stopped chasing people, stopped chasing recognition, stopped chasing outcomes you could not control. And in that moment, something changed. You reclaimed your energy. You redirected your focus inward. And peace began to replace pressure. The freedom of surrender. Surrender is not weakness. It is trust in disciplined action. You do your part. You strive with excellence. And then you release what is beyond you. This mindset frees you from anxiety. It protects you from obsession. It anchors you in faith instead of fear. And faith produces steadiness. The boundaries you were afraid to set. You used to overextend, overgive, overexplain, overcompensate, afraid that boundaries would push people away. But now you understand. Boundaries do not push the right people away. They reveal who respects you. And respect is non-negotiable. The detox of your environment. You started cleaning your space. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Less noise, less gossip, less comparison. You became intentional about what enters your mind. Because what you consume shapes what you become. The discipline of your tongue. You speak less now. But when you speak, it carries weight. You avoid unnecessary arguments. You avoid empty promises. You avoid exaggeration. Words are seeds. And you learned not to plant carelessly. Controlled speech reflects controlled character. And controlled character reflects maturity. The breaking of old identities. You are not who you used to be. And that realization can feel strange. Some people still treat you like your old self. Still expect the same reactions. The same tolerance. The same insecurity. But you have outgrown that identity. And growth sometimes requires leaving old versions behind. The struggle with being misunderstood. Not everyone will understand your silence. Not everyone will understand your distance. Not everyone will understand your discipline. They may assume you changed for the worse. But change is uncomfortable for those who stay stagnant. You are not responsible for their interpretation. You are responsible for your integrity. And integrity speaks louder than opinions. The strength in delay. You once thought delay meant denial. But delay built endurance. It built patience. It built resilience. If everything came quickly, you would not have developed stability. Now you are not just ready for opportunity. You are ready to sustain it. And sustainability matters more than speed. The shift from emotion to principle. You used to make decisions based on feelings. Now you make decisions based on principles. Principles do not change with mood. They do not bend under pressure. They remain steady. And when you build your life on principles, you become unshakable. Emotion fluctuates. Principle stabilizes. The quiet war of self-control. Self-control is a daily battle. It is choosing restraint when anger rises. Choosing silence when ego demands response. Choosing discipline when comfort calls your name. No one applauds these victories. But they matter the most. Because the one who controls himself cannot easily be controlled by the world. The HMBLNG of your ego. You have been corrected before. Humbled before. Reminded of your limitations before. And instead of resisting correction, you reflected. Instead of defending pride, you chose growth. That is rare. Ego resists refinement, but wisdom welcomes it. The renewal of your mind. Your thoughts are changing. Less negative assumption. Less self-criticism. Less comparison. More gratitude. More awareness. More intentional focus. You are training your mind to think with clarity. And clarity produces confidence. The rising standard within you. What you once tolerated now feels unacceptable. What once entertained you now feels empty. What once distracted you now feels like delay. Your standards are rising. Not because you think you are better, but because you value your time more. And when you value your time, you value your life. The realization of accountability. You stopped blaming others for everything. You stopped blaming circumstances. You started asking yourself hard questions. Where can I improve? What can I correct? What can I refine? Accountability accelerates growth. And growth strengthens discipline. The calm before expansion. There is a stillness in your life right now. It may look uneventful from the outside, but inside, preparation is happening. Habits are solidifying. Mindset is stabilizing. Vision is sharpening. Stillness is not stagnation. It is alignment before movement. And when movement begins, it will be intentional, the awakening of your intuition. You notice things others overlook. A glance, a word, a subtle energy. You trust your instincts more than explanations. Your intuition no longer whispers, it speaks. And you follow it, even when it defies logic. This is not fear. It is alignment with something greater than yourself. It is a signal that your spirit is awake. The discovery of your inner power. Power is rising quietly within you. Not the kind that dominates others, but the kind that commands respect without demand. The kind that influences without force. Every act of patience strengthens it. Every act of integrity solidifies it. Every act of faith expands it. And soon it will be undeniable. The season of refinement. The universe is removing distractions. People who drain you. Tasks that waste you. Habits that limit you. Everything unnecessary is falling away. It is painful, but it is cleansing. Refinement always precedes elevation. The resistance you face. Not everyone welcomes your growth. Some will challenge you. Some will doubt you. Some will attempt to pull you back. Resistance is not a signal to retreat. It is confirmation that your path matters. The louder the opposition, the brighter your light. And no darkness can extinguish what is destined to shine. The power of silence. You no longer feel the need to justify. You no longer feel the need to explain. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself. Silence has become your shield. Silence has become your strength. And in this silence, clarity speaks louder than words ever could. The importance of discernment. Not everyone deserves access to your mind. Not everyone deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves your trust. Discernment protects your peace. Discernment protects your growth. Discernment ensures that only the worthy walk with you. This is the mark of a truly awakened soul. The lessons of pain. Pain was not meaningless. Every betrayal, every loss, every heartbreak taught you something vital. It sharpened your insight, strengthened your resolve, and revealed the power of your resilience. You survived what should have broken you. And now you know, nothing outside of you can control your spirit. The clarity of purpose. Your calling is becoming undeniable. You feel it in your thoughts, your emotions, your instincts. You are no longer searching aimlessly. Every step, every decision, every challenge aligns with your purpose. Even moments of doubt are part of the map. Even moments of delay are part of the preparation. Your Father in heaven is guiding every step. The test of faith. Faith has been tested. Patience has been stretched. Obstacles have risen. But through it all, your belief has endured. Faith is not a fleeting feeling. It is consistent trust when outcomes are unseen. And your faith is now fortified, unshakable, unstoppable. The recognition of divine timing. You once wanted everything now. You once demanded answers immediately. But now you understand that timing is divine. Everything unfolds in alignment with purpose. Nothing early, nothing late. Trust in timing transforms anxiety into peace. It turns uncertainty into preparation. It turns waiting into growth. The power of intentional living. You no longer drift. You no longer settle for convenience. You no longer ignore signs. Your life is intentional. Every choice, every action, every thought is purposeful. Intentional living builds momentum. Momentum builds results. And results reveal destiny. The strength in vulnerability. You have learned to feel without fear. To express without apology. To cry without shame. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is courage. And courage opens doors that fear could never approach. It strengthens relationships, sharpens insight, and deepens connection. The emergence of your true self. Old versions of you are falling away. Pretenses, facades, and doubts no longer define you. You are stepping into authenticity. Your words match your actions. Your thoughts align with your deeds. Your spirit radiates truth. And that authenticity cannot be ignored. The mastery of emotional intelligence. You no longer react impulsively. You understand triggers, but you are not ruled by them. You respond with calm. You act with wisdom. You lead with empathy. And emotional mastery makes you unstoppable in both spirit and action. The final shape of your awakening. You have endured. You have learned. You have grown. You have refined. You have resisted. You have surrendered. You have waited. And through it all, you have been shaped into someone powerful, disciplined, and aligned. The chosen one within you is ready to step fully into destiny. The call to embrace your destiny. Now is the moment you stop doubting. Now is the moment you stop shrinking. Now is the moment you step fully into your power. Your Father in heaven has prepared this for you. Every trial, every delay, every lesson has led you here. Do not waste another second wondering if you are enough. You are not just enough. You are chosen. You are prepared. You are unstoppable. Stand tall in your truth. Walk with purpose in every step. Let your discipline, your clarity, your courage, and your faith guide you. This is your time. This is your awakening. And the world is waiting for the impact only you can make. If this message has touched your spirit, act now. Like this video to honor your awakening. Comment, "I accept my calling," and declare your readiness to rise. Subscribe to return to awakening and join the community of souls who refuse to settle for anything less than their divine purpose. Do not wait, your time to shine is now. Stand firm, step forward, and claim the life you were born to live.